My sister-in-law looked me dead in the eye and told me my son's art didn't matter. Then she had the nerve to ask me why I canceled her son's recital reservation. My son David is 11. He started painting 2 years ago when we were stuck inside during a rough winter, and I bought him a cheap watercolor set just to keep him busy. What happened next genuinely surprised me. The kid has real talent, not proud mom talent. Actual, observable skill that his art teacher flagged during parent-teacher conferences. She pulled me aside and said she'd never seen a 5th grader with that kind of instinct for composition. Over the past year, David built up a portfolio. 15 paintings, all framed, hung carefully across his bedroom wall. He'd spend entire Saturdays on a single piece, sometimes scrapping it and starting over 3 times. Each painting had a story. He'd explain them to me while I stood in his doorway. Which colors he mixed, what mood he was going for, why he chose that particular angle. I know every single one of those paintings by heart. My brother Derek and his wife Vanessa have a son named Cole who's 13. Derek and I grew up close, but Vanessa has always carried this low-grade contempt for anything our side of the family does. I've overlooked it for years because I love my brother, and I didn't want tension around the kids. Cole had a piano recital coming up at a downtown music conservatory. Derek mentioned they were short on funds, so I booked the family celebration dinner reservation at a nice restaurant afterward, the kind of place with a private dining room you have to reserve weeks out. I put down a deposit. I wanted Cole to have a real moment. 2 Sundays ago, Vanessa dropped Cole off at our place while she ran errands. David immediately invited him upstairs. I was working at the kitchen table when I heard a sound I still can't fully describe. This sharp, broken cry from David that didn't sound like anything normal. I was up the stairs before I even processed standing up. Every painting was off the wall. Cole had taken them down and stacked them in a pile on the floor. 3 of them had sneaker prints across the canvas. 1 was torn along the bottom edge. David was standing against his closet door with both hands over his mouth, not making any sound at all, which was somehow worse than screaming. Cole looked at me and shrugged. They were just hanging there. I wanted to see if they were real paint or printed. I didn't think it was a big deal. I sent Cole downstairs and sat with David for a few minutes. He didn't cry right away. He just kept picking up the damaged ones and turning them over in his hands, very quietly. That quietness destroyed me. When Vanessa came back, I walked her upstairs. She looked at the paintings on the floor, looked at the sneaker marks, and then looked at me and said, "Cole's curious. That's just how he is. You shouldn't have left them alone up here with things out in the open. That's honestly on you." I asked her to apologize and offered a clear path forward, just own what happened, help figure out restoration. She crossed her arms and told me they were hobby paintings and I was being dramatic. "David can paint more," she said. "He's a kid. Kids move on." I looked at David, who was sitting cross-legged on his floor holding the torn canvas, pressing the ripped edge together like he could seal it back. I picked up my phone and called the restaurant, canceled the private dining reservation entirely. Then I rebooked it. Same date, same room, under David's name. I'd been meaning to celebrate his portfolio completion anyway. Now felt exactly like the right time. I told Vanessa what I'd just done. She stared at me. "You're taking a dinner reservation from a 13-year-old, she said. "I'm giving one to an 11-year-old who earned it," I said, and opened the front door. She called me vindictive on her way out. Maybe. But David hung his remaining paintings back up that night, and when I checked on him before bed, he was already sketching something new. He didn't ask me what happened with Cole. He just showed me his sketchbook and said, "I think this one's going to be better anyway."